Thank you for saying I'm the father of the year, considering you have 2 kids of your own.
5.
5?
There you go, yeah.
What the fuck, man? Come on, 5. That's the thing, you have your first kid. Before you have kids, you're like, okay, some people have 2 kids, some people have 5. You have your first kid, and it's like, how the fuck do people have 5 kids? I have 1 kid, I sleep 7 hours a week. I work 13 hours a day, spend the rest of my time with my daughter. You know what parenting is? It's loving someone so much that you wipe their ass. That's funny. That's how tired I am. I'm so tired that I was like, when I came up to that, I was like, oh, this is killer. This will kill me. Alright, we're coming up to the end of November. November is a very special month in Poland. It's the month where we can be more miserable than normal. Because we're really miserable. I mean, we're not Russia miserable, because we actually do smile sometimes. We go to the beach in Greece and we're like, oh, this is nice. And all the Russians are there like, this is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. The sun shining. I am rich. My girlfriend is beautiful. It's perfect. But that's pretty much Poland, right? Because in Poland we have November, starts off Day of the Dead, perfect holiday for Poland. Deadliest travel day in Poland every year, which means that there's a lot of, which I always thought was really considerate, because you die, your family doesn't have to go to the grave twice. Oh, we'll get the date of their death and the Day of the Dead the same day. Really kind of people. It's because we're considerate. I mean, we're miserable, but we're considerate, right? Then we have nationalist marches. Those are always fun. This year was special because it was an anniversary. So we had foreign nationalists come visit, which I don't understand. Because, like, isn't the whole thing about nationalism being, like, we're the best nation, all the other nations are garbage? Like those nationalists that came here, we don't want you. Get the fuck out. And, and they came invited by Polish nationalists. What's that like? They host them at home. They have, because they have Italian nationalists this year. They invite them over, like make them go on pee, give them some chrust or favorki, and the Italians were like, oh, thank you, Jan, this was delicious, thank you. Oh yes, Jan was like, oh yes, Alfonso, thank you for coming. It was wonderful to go here. Please remember to tell your countrymen that they're scum and never to visit our country. And we'll see you in Barcelona this summer. Give my love to Maria. No, but we're really a sad nation. I bought a new phone, one that recognizes my face. I switched the language to Polish. It won't work when I smile now. But Poland is really like in a state of, it's a crazy country because like I moved here in 1992, and 1992 Poland was fucking crazy. Like the buses were communist buses, everything was communist, and now we're like a normal European country, right? We got people visiting from all over the world, like you people. You people. You come visit, and that's what it is. I wake up, I take my daughter to preschool. I get on a hybrid bus. It takes me across the river where I go for tapas and churros, and everything's awesome. And then I get a notification on my phone that doesn't recognize me when I smile, and I look at it and it goes, oh, Poland's #1 in exorcisms. Really? Shouldn't we be #1 in mental health issues? Oh yeah, this lady's having a bad day. Let's tie her to a bed and read the Bible. This is proven to work. No, but yeah, we're crazy. We're Catholic. Same thing. No, but we're like hard Catholics, right? Like with exorcisms. I grew up in the church of staying home on Sunday morning. My parents weren't so much atheist as lazy, which I think is the best kind of religion. Well, the one that prefers comfort over doing things. Although maybe I've overdone it. Let's just say I'm devout. But now that my daughter's growing up, and we're like, okay, I think we need to show her the world. We need to show her what kind of faith she can choose from, right? So we went around. We went to the local synagogue, but it wasn't there because we ran all the Jews out. We went to the mosque, but they told us we couldn't have bacon, and my daughter was like. We went to a Hindu temple, and it was just Ravi sitting and smoking pot. Sorry, Ravi's another stand-up comic who's from India. And we went to a Catholic church, and they told me she was too old. And I don't understand why. She's not even 3. That's a slow burn, right? But the thing in Poland, people who aren't, we have this really lazy Catholicism, which is mostly like none of my friends go to church, but they all like baptize their kids, have church weddings for grandma. At first I thought it was like, oh yeah, because they didn't want to hurt grandma's feelings. Turns out grandmas give presents, and my friends want those presents. I waited until all my grandparents were in the ground before I got married. So it was a nice civil ceremony. Lots of friends came. No exorcisms. Surprise, surprise. Although during our honeymoon, my wife went to sleep early. Moving on. No, but even people who aren't religious in Poland, you pick up the religion through osmosis, right? You pull it out of the air. And I didn't do that because I didn't grow up in Poland. I grew up in the States. So when I got taken to a Catholic church, which was like there's like eight times you go to church in Poland if you grow up here every year. They took me to a wedding, and there's always mass. And I had no idea what was happening, because there was a guy up there on stage going. I thought, oh, it's great that somebody's uncle got a job after having a stroke. But it turns out it was a priest. And people would just suddenly get up, sit down, get up, sit down, get up, sit down, get up, kneel, sit down, hands here, sit up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm like, I didn't sign up for aerobic. What the fuck? I wasn't surprised. Suddenly they all go, ching, 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 put things on a tray. It's like, what the hell is going on? And it turns out that that's what Catholic Mass is like. It's a lot of movement. So another reason I'm an atheist. Can't lose this. This has been 40 years in the making. It's a project. It's a lifelong project. And it's something that this month is also on a happy note. It's Thanksgiving, which I sort of celebrated because I work for an American company. I celebrated by not having to work, the greatest celebration that you can have. But I thought this would be such a great holiday to have in Poland because it's positive. All our holidays are sad. Day of the Dead, Nationalist March Day. Then we get to Christmas. There's no happy Polish Christmas carols. There's no jingle bells. It's all Maria. So I thought Thanksgiving would be awesome, but then I realized it wouldn't, because you can't be grateful as a Pole. Like, what would it be like sitting around the table? I'm grateful. My neighbor's flat was flooded. Next person. I'm grateful my mother-in-law passed away. I'm grateful we're moving out next year. But and that's one of the things that makes Poles different from Americans. And all my American friends are also like, they're survivalists. I don't know if you guys know what that is. They're waiting for the end of the world because they're Christians, right? Which is kind of creepy when you think about it. Because I'm just like waiting for my next beer, and they're like, oh, we're waiting for Jesus to come and the reckoning and all will. I'm like, really? This will happen in my lifetime. This is scary. And they have guns. They have basements, they have water, and then they have they have jars, cans. They're ready for it. They're ready for the end of times. They're ready for the zombie apocalypse. I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse too. I'm ready to die. You know how every zombie movie starts? There's always like a supercut of the news. You know, the virus has killed 7% of the population. 1 in 3 are dead. And I'm like, I'm not 1 in 3. That's me. There's no end to my story. There's no escape. Best case scenario, I'm that guy who gets tripped over while his friends run away, and the zombies spend like an hour and a half on me, because there's like a lot of food to eat. Maybe in the winter, maybe the zombies are slow, but it's cold. Trip me over, cut me open, move in, like in Star Wars. Sit around inside, going, I'm grateful Yenrik was with us. It's warm today. All right, that's my time. Thank you very much.